Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Adda 3.0 English version. We are in the topic percentage. So here today we are going to learn about the basic concept of successive concept. Actually, this is the most important basics of percentage. These types of questions are very much asked in competitive exams. So here, how many types of questions are formed on the basic of successive? So here let us see that questions of income, expenditure and savings are formed on successive concept. In the same way, population decreasing and increasing successively, salary based questions decreasing and increasing successively, later election based questions, these type of questions are also found on successive concept. Profit loss questions or discount questions, these type of questions are also found on successive concept. And compound interest is mainly depend on successive concept, because if you see compound interest, what is compound interest? Actually, interest upon interest, interest upon interest. So what it means? It means this interest is going on successively. So you have to understand these type of concepts first of all. So later if we see in geometrical part, in geometrical part, successive types of questions formed in circles, rectangles, squares, triangles also. Next if we see these type of figures are called 2D figures, and some of the questions which form on 3D figures, which are cylinders, cubes and cuboids. So I am here trying to complete all these concepts within 2 3 videos. Maybe it can take 4 videos. Today let us see income expenditure questions with deep information. You have to watch the complete video to have the knowledge of ratio method. Actually what I'm going to do is here is I'm not going as I'm going to use the formula also, and I'm going to tell you in two more best methods. For every question I will try to solve in three methods, not in income and expenditure, but we will try to solve three methods in decreasing and increasing successive concepts. Decreasing and increasing successive concepts are very important, very much important. So you have to watch the complete video to get this knowledge. And I'm trying to take the question now. The question is here: Dipali spent 25 percentage of her income on traveling. She spent 20 percentage of the remaining part on recharging her mobile, and now she is left with rupees 300. Then what was her salary? Let us try to solve this. But before going to the question, let us try to understand what is successive concept in ratios. Let me give you a question before solving the previous question. This question is also a part of competitive exams. Maybe you will see these type of questions in the exams also. The question is like this: if A is to B is 1 is to 3, B is to C is 2 is to 3, then what is A is to B is to C and A is to C? Here is the question. Let us see. I am writing A is to B, B is to C. A is to B is 1 is to 3 and B is to C given is 2 is to 3. To solve this, to solve this, first of all, what do we need here is we have to make the values of B equal. If we see the ratios, in both the ratios there is a same term called B, so we have to make them equal. But if you see in the ratios, they are not equal. So try to make them equal. How can we make them equal? There are many methods to make them equal. See, the first method is a is to b is to c. What do he need? He needs a is to b is to c. If we write a is to b as 1 is to 3 and b is to c as 2 is to 3, then there is nothing here. So write 3 here and write 2 here. You will get the values. 2 into 1 is 2 and 3 into 2 is 6 and 3 into 3 is 9. So we got the value of a is to b is to c. So here let us see the value of a is to c. What is the value of a is to c? Which is 2 is to 9, isn't it? Here it is the question again. What is the value of a is to c? What is the ratio of a is to c? So it is 2 is to 9 here. So let us go to the another method which we can solve. Here it is a is to b equals to 1 is to 3 and b is to c equals to 2 is to 3. So for making them equal, what do? We take LCM of 3 and 2. So what do we multiply here with? We multiply here with 2 and what do we multiply here with? We multiply with 3. So here 2 into 1 is 2 and 2 into 3 is 6. If I see a is to b, if I say b is to c will become 3 into 2 is 6 and 3 into 3 is 9. So here the values are equal now, so I can write directly the values of a is to b is to c, which is 2 is to 6 is to 9. And the last method is the important method which you have to use for every successive concept. So here the method goes here is when you have the ratios in the form of this. When you have the ratios in the form of this, let us assume this as income. He a spent, let us take a as some amount. A person spent 10 percentage of income from 10 percentage of income on food. So he spent some amount, that means in units, let it be 1 or 2, let it be. But if we see here, this becomes the remaining salary. If it is the income, it becomes the remaining salary. This will become the remaining salary. And later what we take here, and the question will says later the person invested 20 percentage of the 20 percentage of the remaining salary on mutual funds. So the remaining salary comes here, and then whatever he invested from the remaining salary, he will get the savings at last. These are the savings. So here you have to remember these concepts, and for every successive concept you just try to multiply these ratios and you will get the answer. So here let us try in that condition. If I have the ratio values as a is to b, b is to c, which are 1 is to 3 and 2 is to 3. So here if I directly multiply these ratios, here also I will multiply. So what do I get? I will get directly, see here, I will get directly the value of a is to c. What are these values? If you see this concept, this is his total income, this is his total income, and this one is his savings, isn't it? So here if you see, there isn't get nothing will be gets cancelled here. So 2 into 1 is 2 and 3 into 3 is 9. So what was the value of a is to c here? And in this condition also you will get a is to c as 2 is to 9. So by using this concept we are going to solve the previous question. And what was the question is, I think you have written in your notebooks, so I'm trying to solve the question. Deepali spent 25 percentage of her income on traveling. She spent 20 percentage of the remaining part on recharging her mobile, and now she is left with rupees 300. That means her savings. Then what was her salary? Let us try to solve this. Let us try to take the fractions into ratio forms. Here the question is asking about income and savings directly, so I will take the ratio of income and savings, not expenditure. Sometimes the question may ask about the expenditure, and let us try to solve that question also. So here, if I have considered the 4, I have considered the 4 as the total income, and she spent 1 unit, and she spent 1 unit from 4, then she saved 3 rupees here. This is the remaining salary of her. And later, what the remaining salary becomes here according to the fraction, the remaining salary becomes 5. The remaining salary becomes 5. And from 5, if she and from 5 if she spent 1 unit, and she is left with 4 units now. So we are tackling with a successive concept. We have to multiply these ratios, then you will get the answer. So 4 and 4 gets cancelled. 4 and 4 gets cancelled. And then what is remaining here? 5 is to 3 is remaining. Then in the question he gave 3 units as 300. What is 3 actually? It is savings here, isn't it? It is savings. So 3 units is equals to 300, then 1 unit value is 100. If 3 units values 300, 1 unit values 100. If 5 units, sorry, what about 5 units? So 5 units value is 500. This is her total income. So total income, in the question he asked about the salary, total salary. So her salary is 500 rupees. If the question is twisted, if the question is twisted, I am reading the question, see, compare both the questions. If the question is twisted, same to same till last, and if he says, if total expenditure of Deepali is 200 rupees, if total expend he will not give savings here. I am reading all the questions. See, Deepali spent 25% of her income on traveling. She spends 20% of the remaining part on recharging her mobile, and now if she spent 200 rupees as her total expenditure, what was her salary? Let us see same to same fraction, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5 here. 1 by 5, if she spent 1 unit from 4, it will be 3, and if she spent 1 unit from 5, it will be 4 again. By multiplying, we will get 5 is to 3, isn't it? So what is this? It is her total income, and this is her total savings. Do you know the formula for income, expenditure, and savings? Income is a mixture of expenditures and savings. To get the value of expenditure, income minus savings, you will get the value of expenditure. Here, income minus savings, how many units it is? 2 units. It is 2 units, and the 2 units is given in the question, 200. So 1 unit value is 100, and we will get the salary and savings also. 100 rupees, 5 into 100 is 500, 3 into 100 is 300. Okay. So here I have twisted the question somewhat tougher. So I am trying to read the question here. You have to learn all these concepts, then and only you will crack the examinations. So here the question is, Deepali spent 25% of her income on traveling. She spent 20% of the remaining part on recharging her mobile. If she spent 75 rupees on mobile recharging, then what is her salary or expenditure or savings? He may ask 3 terms, not 3 terms. He may ask one of the term from these 3. Let us solve 3 type of questions in one question. So here I am taking the percentages value, which is 25% and 20% given in the question. So 25% value is in fractions is 1 by 4, and 20% value is 1 by 5. 1 by 5. And later what he is saying, if you take the ratios as income and savings, doesn't match. If you take the ratios of total expenditure, also doesn't match. Here what kind of expenditure is given? Only on mobile recharging, only on mobile recharging. If he gives the value of total income, if he gives the value of, sorry, the value of total expenditure, then maybe we can take income and expenditure. So let us try to solve this question, try to understand it carefully. So here she spent 1 unit from 4, it becomes 3. Overall the remaining salary is 5, isn't it? The remaining salary is 5 here. But what the condition asked here, savings, expenditure, or what, you have to tackle with this condition. This condition is very important here. So here Deepali spends 1 unit. Deepali spent 1 unit, and the 1 unit given in the question is, and the 1 unit given in the question is 75 rupees, isn't it? And the 1 unit in the question is given is 75 rupees. So here I will take 1 unit, not 4. Why? If he asks about the saving, I would take here 4. But here he didn't ask about the savings, so I have to take 1 according to the condition of the question. So here I have made my ratios. Now it is time to multiply them because we are in successive concept. So 3 into 1 is 3 and 4 into 5 is 20. So 3 units value is given here. What is this? What is this? A is to B and B is to C. We got the value of A is to C. In condition of the question, the value of C is 75 rupees spent on recharging mobile. So this is the unit value of recharging mobile. So here 3 units is given as 75 rupees, and what is about 1 unit? 1 unit is 25. 1 unit is 25 rupees. 3 units is 75 rupees, then 1 unit is 25 rupees. Then what about 20 units into 25? 25 into 20 is 500 rupees. Answer. If he asks about total expenditure, anyways we have 75 as one part of the expenditure, and the first expenditure is what? First expenditure is 25 percentage. So what is 25 percentage of 500? 25 percentage of 500, 125. 25 percentage of 500 is 125, and total expenditure is what? 125 plus 75, nothing but 200 rupees. If he asks about savings, if he asks about savings, 500 minus total income minus expenditure is savings, 300 rupees. By ratio we can solve each and everything asked in the question.